Alrighty guys, as you can bring you into the Dragon Ball Legends TOP walkthrough video. So this is going to be the entire board. We are going to be doing this in the Pocket Edition style. So you're kind of just going to be getting a fast-paced video on this, where I'm going to be doing the intro, I'm going to be doing the outro. I am at my regular setup, so this one should be a bit more polished up than the last one, because the last one you guys did say you wanted to see more of it, right? Some of you guys actually preferred that format rather than the previous one. So this is the team we're going to be using right here. I'm going to kind of explain it in depth a little bit more, right? So Regeneration, that's usually the go-to. I know some of you guys have actually recommended androids, so maybe we'll go with androids next season. We are going to be going back to the regular like in-depth guides at the beginning of the season to the regular walkthroughs, but I want to start doing something where I do the Pocket Edition walkthroughs and the full walkthroughs, because I know there might not be a lot of you guys, but some of you guys do like me breaking down the actual fights and my decision making while actually going through the board, rather than just telling you do this and you're gonna go here and go here, right? And so regarding the team Regeneration, we look at our Z tier units. So out of the Z tiers, I think this baby Vegeta is the best pickup right here, especially since we're going to be Zenkai buffing him as we do with the Sparking Piccolo, right? The Kami Piccolo, the Kami Fuse Piccolo. And because this guy just has the debuffs overall, right? He inflicts all enemies with the attribute downgraded plus 10% to blast damage received. A lot of our units are blast based, so this is a good pickup for us. Now when we move on to S tier right here, we have this purple Cell. So I actually was going to double up on the purples right here. He only buffs future, which sucks, right? Which is definitely not the best, but he has a full board debuffs. The debuffs are really important, so even when you're bringing in both of your EX units, you're still going to see good damage coming out because of you having so much debuffs inflicted onto the enemy team. But another good unit here, or good couple of units here, is I was thinking about using this guy. I don't have him friendship ranked up, or only 5. 5 is still pretty good though. His key restore speed isn't the best, but he is able to increase his key recovery on attack, and he also mitigates a like one card, right? He can, before receiving a strike or a blast arts, he uses his bubble ability, right? The bubble shield, his green card. And so he's able to go ahead and mitigate that. But since I didn't give you guys that much preparation for this, we're going to opt into not using him. But I do think he's a good choice. Another thing though is that he does not buff Regeneration. He buffs purple and blue, which is kind of a stupid decision from Dragon Ball Legends in my own opinion. This green baby Vegeta is also a good unit if you did want to go ahead and pile on the S tier units. I wouldn't blame you for doing that. Again, I don't think he buffs Regeneration yet. It's only to Saiyans in GT. Now we go into A tier and we have 3 pickups here. So this first form Cell, he's one of my favorite units to use right here, right? I think he's very sustainable, and he just has a very high key restore speed at 2684 at friendship rank 10. Remember, if you do want your stats to increase, you do want to go ahead and work at that friendship rank level. If you look at regular stats, the key restore speed is only at 2557. I go to TOP stats, it's 2684, right? That is all because of the friendship rank, and you'll see that increase across the board: health, strike attack, blast attack, etc. We also have this Kid Buu right here just as a red unit. He's not the worst. He heals, right? I don't think he's the best red unit for Regeneration, but he does heal. He will get the job done essentially. I do believe you need him at a high star level though. And we are also going to be using the fuse with Kami Piccolo that we mentioned before. He does buff blue and tag regeneration for the Zenkai ability, which is very nice. He also does buff base blast attack. He does have a buff against Android or Future, which isn't the biggest deal, but the most important part of him is that per battle he gets 20% to special move gauge. You will be seeing him pop off that blue card pretty often. There's other good pickups here too, right? I know some people prefer to use this Revival Kid Gohan instead of that perfect Cell. Some people like to use the Buu tank still. He's a little bit squishy for me these days. I used to use him a lot, and I don't blame you guys if you guys still want to use him, but I already have 3 blues on the team. If I pick up another, then it's going to be a lot more difficult to go up against green dominant teams. But what you could do is, if you could just want to take off the EX baby Vegeta and opt in for the Buu tanks, that's fine too. I think you also have this green Buuhan. I think a lot of people use him too, right? Because he also has the bubble shield ability where he uses his green card and mitigates a singular attack versus a strike or a blast arts attack, and I don't think he's bad at all. The Zenkai Piccolo is pretty good as well too down here. Now moving into B tier, you don't want to get too many B tier characters because it is going to definitely hinder you in terms of how many points you accumulate throughout this season. But we're going to be picking up Fat Boo, very self-explanatory. He does heal to the left and to the right of you, which is very only on turn 3 one time, but it's still very valuable. And then the Purple Janemba. Purple Janemba is one of the best purple units that you can have for regeneration, so that's why we're going to go ahead and pick him up here. And then C tier, of course, we have the best unit on regeneration, arguably, Super Baby 2. Ideally, you want him Zenkai'd. I still need to Zenkai him. I know I've been saying it, but I've been trying to I'm still in the process of catching up on all of my LF Zenkais that I kind of missed out on, right? So he does buff regeneration. He is the pinnacle healer for the tag for GT and regeneration. Restores health by 3% per turn. Right, so that's 4 turns within a fight. In C tier, you're getting the lowest amount of boost, right? I believe it's only 2%. The only thing lower than that is no tier, in which you're getting no percentage at all, and I'm pretty sure only hero units are in here. But anyways, going back here, it's actually a shame because this Red 21 is one of my favorite Reds for regeneration, and she has been being used by a lot of people, so I guess that's why they felt the need to demote her all the way down here, as well as the other 21s here, right? Because people do like to use this Purple 21 over the Purple Janemba, which is understandable, right? Because of her having just such a phenomenal Z ability, giving max base health to regeneration, and she heals herself, she does good damage, she's a Zenkai unit, all that good stuff. It's just a shame that the 21 units are all in C tier. But anyways, that's the team right there. Make sure you guys are putting on your equipment for the team before actually starting the TOP. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into the path. Alrighty guys, so that's going to go ahead and conclude this season's Tournaments of Power. We're going to finish it off at 114 million, which is actually pretty good. I think that's going to 100% guarantee us that juicy 1000 CC. But before we end off the video, let's go ahead and see where we stand amongst the rankings. So as per usual, I always like to look at the #1 player before looking at my own ranking. This guy did get 181 million points coming in at #1. This team was something that I was seeing pretty regularly, even throughout the beginning, the early portion of the season, right? Because you got 3 healers on this team, right? You have Zaha healing, you have this EX Goku healing, and you also have this EX Blue Fasha healing, specifically for herself and other Team Bardock members. So that's only going to be this Tora over here, but still, nonetheless, a lot of healers. Obviously, you're going to be able to just tank your way throughout most of the board. And as for our ranking, we're sitting at 2,186. I probably see us dropping some more throughout I probably see us dropping some more ranks throughout the last couple of days, but we're gonna have to wait and see. I think that's still very solid, right? Especially since we're picking up units from almost every single tier. So let me know in the comments down below, did you guys rank higher than me? Did you guys rank lower than me? Did you guys use the same path as me, but with a different team? I want to know. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for all of the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!